Kurdish PKK militants have declared a ceasefire with Turkey 2 days after their jailed leader asked them to lay down their arms. Abdullah Öcalan urged fellow members of his outlawed Kurdistan Workers Party to disarm and disband. The group, which has fought for autonomy since the 1980s, is considered a terrorist organisation in the EU, US and Turkey. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan welcomed Öcalan's overture but warned against what he called provocations aiming to disrupt peace efforts. Well, let's go to Istanbul now, where we're joined by DW's Julia Hahn. Julia, lovely to see you. The PKK has issued a statement this morning announcing a ceasefire. So what does that mean and what else have they said?
Well, first of all, it means that the PKK's commanders are still listening to Abdullah Öcalan despite his long imprisonment. It was their first public reaction to his disarmament call from Thursday. That was already seen as a first major step towards potentially ending this decades-old conflict, which has claimed over 40,000 lives. And today, in a statement cited by a news agency close to the group, the PKK's executive committee said that it is ready to follow Öcalan's call and lay down its arms. They also announced a unilateral ceasefire with Turkey, saying they would hold all hostilities immediately unless attacked. And they appear to have formulated a precondition for disarmament and a successful peace process, and that is Öcalan's release from jail. Just to remind you, Abdullah Öcalan has spent the last 26 years in a Turkish prison in near total isolation, and now the PKK are saying that he should have physical freedom. And let me quote them: "The necessary security conditions should be established for him to personally direct and run the disarmament process." To me, that sounds like a precondition. So now we just have to wait and see what the Turkish government, what President Erdogan will say about this.
Julia, how much hope is there in Turkey that this is actually the end of the 40 years of conflict?
Well, I think this could be the beginning of the end to this conflict. I think we are seeing the first very significant steps of a potentially very long process, but the last few days have certainly inspired hopes among millions of people, not only here in Turkey, but also beyond, especially among Kurds. Some have described it as a historic opportunity to bring peace, particularly to Turkey's southeast, where this conflict has killed thousands of people and severely hurt the economy. We heard from President Erdogan yesterday that he supports Öcalan's call to peace, and he called it an opportunity, and I quote him here, to tear down the wall of terror that has long separated Turkish and Kurdish people here in the country. Erdogan personally stands to win a domestic popularity boost, but right now he also faces criticism because wide parts of Turkish society think that the state should not be negotiating with Abdullah Öcalan. They categorically object to any notion of leniency towards Öcalan or the PKK.
Now, Julia, the last time a ceasefire was declared was back 12 years ago, 2013, but that peace process failed. So does it actually stand a chance?
Well, there have actually been several efforts at ending this insurgency. In 2015, after the last peace process collapsed, that only led to more violence and a massive government crackdown on the pro-Kurdish movement. And that's why now Kurdish politicians are saying this can only go into the right direction if it comes with political reforms and democratization. Much will also depend on the situation in neighboring Syria and the Kurdish-controlled areas there. So I think this is a hopeful development overall, but it is probably too early to say whether this will really lead to lasting peace.
And you'll be keeping a close eye on it for us. It's great as always to have your insights. DW's Julia Hahn in Istanbul. Thank you.